Hey, what's up, coach? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben Nabers. I'm the founder here at Make Money Coaching Sports. And today I'm going to show you the 5 things that are preventing private sports trainers from getting to 6 figures and beyond. And I'm going to be very blunt in this video. Um, a lot of coaches ask me these types of questions all the time throughout the month. And I don't want this to be something that's going to discourage you. I wanted to encourage you because if you follow through with what I'm about to show you step by step, I feel like this is going to really, really help you out as far as breaking through to the next level. Right. So the first thing, and there's 5 reasons, right? But the first reason why coaches aren't getting to a consistent 6 figures per year it's because you're struggling to get real results with clients, and it's because they aren't committed. It's not because you're not a good coach. Most of the times, that's not the reason, but it's because they are not consistent. And if parents are paying you one-off sessions, they're not committed to you. If they are supposed to be there Tuesdays at 4 and they're not showing up, they're not committed. And how do you expect to get really good results when clients aren't committed? So you have to be able to have a different type of process in place for these types of customers in the future. So everyone's committed. When everyone's committed, it's way easier for you to just do your job and just be really focused on one thing, which is delivering results. And it is physically impossible to get results across the board unless everyone is not only financially committed, but they're also like on a contract. They're following through with your process. They're following through with where you want them to be, when you want them to be there, that type of thing. All right. So that's the first number one thing. All right. The second one, and this is going to hit a lot of coaches' ego, but this is really just how it is. Parents aren't talking about your program the way you think they are. Um, and if they were, like if your program was that good, you would be getting results left and right. You would be waking up on Monday morning to 2 text messages from people that you've never met before that want to train with you because they heard about how good your program is. And that should be a consistent thing happening all the time. That's if your program was better. All right. And so what you have to really do as a coach and a trainer in this industry is you have to be looking for ways to not only improve the training side of the business, all right, but you have to be getting things just so dialed into the point where when you wake up, you know people are talking positively about you, but you're not just waiting for them to do that. You're asking them to do it. And you have systems in place throughout the month where you are getting referrals. And that's how you grow a consistent business. That's one of the ways, right? If you've watched any of my YouTube videos, you've heard me talk about the importance of referrals, and coaches that don't get referrals, straight up their program isn't good enough. So if you're watching this and you're not getting referrals left and right, it's going to make me question, well, how good is your actual program? And why aren't parents talking about it? If it is that good, why aren't parents talking about it? And what are you doing to push the agenda to get new referrals? Most coaches don't do anything. I have a lot of strategies and things that coaches have in place right now where they're getting referrals left and right. My top client right now that I'm working with, top coach that I'm working with, uh, he's getting 2, 3 new referrals per week. Right. That's very, very uncommon in this space, but it's amazing. He's building his business because he has a great program in place. All right. Uh, Next one here. And this is a huge time killer for a lot of coaches, but you're spending way too much time going back and forth, trying to schedule sessions, trying to text parents. Um, and that becomes a part-time job. And I see a lot of coaches out there, coaches that I've worked with that have like 30 to 50 clients. And most of their week, they're spending 2 hours per day, like texting parents, asking when they're going to be there, getting them to come to a different day and time if their schedule messed up. So it's like you don't want to be doing any of that. Instead, what you want to have is you want to have a well-designed sales process and legit contract that parents sign. And when I was running my soccer training business, when clients would sign up with me, I would never talk to them about scheduling. I would never text them during the week about when our session is. I didn't need to do that. It was understood before they signed up. This is the day, this is the time. Here's how many sessions you're getting over the next year. This is the location. Like where things are unwavering. You're not changing things after people become customers. but you're not having to text your clients throughout the year. And that stops a lot of coaches from growing their business because they think, okay, well, I'm already spending so much time texting. Like, if I add more customers, it's just going to make my job harder. And what you have to be able to do is you have to be able to switch to a different process where you are not responsible for texting your clients over and over. They don't need text reminders if they know the day and time and location they're training with you. All right. And I can just verify this from working with thousands of people in this industry. The coaches that still have to text and remind clients, it's because your clients aren't committed. It's because they're still paying you probably per session on Venmo or check or cash, and you don't have them on a set day, set time, and you don't have them on some sort of contract or policy. So if you need to switch over that model, go below this video, reach out to me. All right. Next one here. And this is a big one, but you're most likely you're either undercharging or you're capping yourself off at a certain income level per hour because of how you structure and how you run your sessions. Right. So a lot of coaches in this industry, they undercharge what their competitors are doing. So example, if the expensive trainer in your area is charging $100 for one-on-one lessons, then you might be charging $75 or $50 to try to earn more business and try to get more people to work with you, just based off of price. But the problem with that is you're going to be capping yourself off with X amount of dollars that you can make per hour for one-on-one training. And it could be like that with group training too, right? But most of the coaches that I've ever worked with that have gotten their business where they're making 10K a month, 20K a month, 30 or 40 or even $50,000 per month, they remove the thought process of undercharging. Like, that goes away. And they actually end up having the most expensive program in the area, right? But what they do is they create options where they can leverage their time. All right. So a good example of this is you could have 10 clients that are paying $200 per month, and they could be in one group. That one group is paying $2,000 per month. You're not going to be able to make $2,000 per month in this industry doing one-on-one sessions with one client for 1 hour. Like, it's pretty uncommon that you're going to be able to do that. I have seen some people do that, but it's like really, really rare. Right. So you can leverage your time with group training, and you don't have a cap on how much you can make with group training, because group training is really it's how you unlock your revenue in this business. It's by removing the ego, if you have one, about group training. If you think that's a bad thing or you think it's not good for your clients, like, it's actually great for your clients, but it's going to come down to how you think of it, how you perceive it, and is it something you believe in? Is it something you want to do? Um, Otherwise, you're going to be capped off with how much money you can make per hour. And a lot of coaches, if they're undercharging or they're capping themselves off with how many clients they can train, they're only going to make a fixed amount. And it's going to be all based around how many sessions they can deliver per day. And that's the quickest way to burn out, is by doing too many sessions per day. And you're completely reliant on running 5, 6 sessions per day to make an income. That's not going to be a sustainable thing. It never is. Never is. All right. Uh, Next one here is, you don't have a significant amount of parents knocking on your door asking for training. So you're probably not running paid ads. You're probably not posting content. You're probably not getting a lot of referrals. You probably don't have your SEO set up on your website. You probably don't have Google Maps set up. Um, so you probably don't have a bunch of reviews. Probably not running an email newsletter, probably not running text promotions or email promotions. These are things you're probably not doing yet. When you do those sort of things, like literally when you wake up on Monday, you have people knocking on your door asking for training. And that's what we want. We want people to be coming to you. And that is how you can simplify this business. Because when they come to you, you have a high ticket thing that you sell. You don't need to sell it to every single person that ever inquires about training. You need to have a certain percentage of people you can sell something to, and we can move them into the group training model, ideally, where you can leverage your time and have a small amount of hours per day that you can run this as a really successful business. A lot of coaches that I work with can make $1,000 per day by having 1 or 2 sessions per day. Not that difficult when they run the group model and they charge a premium, and they're not undercharging anymore, right? So if you are watching this video and you want to grow your business. You want to get past six figures. You are struggling with some of the stuff I talked about in this video, and you're willing to change and you're coachable. All you got to do is go right below this video. You can go to bennabers.com. That is my website, and you can learn on that page there. And I'll just pull it up so you can see this. All you got to do is come here and you can see, right? I have two different programs. This is for people that are, uh, there's a lot of people now that are past six figures per year in here, but there's for people that are starting or they're wanting to go from side hustle to full time. And then I have this program here. This is for people that make at least $100,000 per year that want my one-on-one help. So all you got to do is go to bennabers.com. Go there. You can see everything about what we do there. You can see results. You can see case studies. You can hear from other coaches that have already worked with me. I've been doing this for 9 years, day in, day out. Worked with more people than anybody in this sports industry combined. So go to my website, learn more there. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. And I'll see you next time.